All right. This is my movie review of The Revenant. And I'm going to do more than that. I'm going to talk about within the last month, the brouhaha that has stirred up because of the Oscars, I believe. And how uh, basically he won the Oscars because of this movie. Now, what's cool about this movie is that they used all natural lighting. So it was an aesthetically beautiful movie because you saw it. The eye was you realized that it was like it made it more real for you. So kudos to who produced the movie and to his acting because I am a Leonardo DiCaprio fan and I'm a black man. Let's just put it out there. I'm a black man. So the brouhaha was basically Will Smith did not get chosen for an Oscar for his movie about the NFL and concussion, and it was called Concussion. And Will Smith is an excellent actor. I enjoy Will Smith and his movies. I always have. He's a great dude, and Leonardo DiCaprio is a great dude too. So Jada Pinkett Smith, Will's wife, got out there and was like, "We should boycott the Oscars." And I'm like, "Well, wait a minute. You know, you want to boycott the Oscars because no black person was chosen, or because your husband wasn't chosen?" So I'm like, well, for one, Jada Pinkett Smith, you do not represent black people. You don't. I mean, we got people who don't have water in Michigan, and those are black and white people, but the majority of black people. You got black people being shot, 1,000 of us shot and killed by the police and, beaten or whatever. You got kids, 12-year-old, Tamir Rice being shot. And we did not hear from you, Jada Pinkett Smith. And what's the last thing you've done? What, Hawthorne? Hawthorne? That's the last thing you've done? That way, like, get out. You do not represent, you don't represent me. You do not represent black people, Hawthorne. So, Jada Pinkett Smith, sit down. And as far as whoever else had something to say about the Oscars was not. Look, in my eyes, the Oscars can do what they want to. These are a bunch of Jewish people deciding movie they like the most. And to me, black people have. I mean, they can either invite us into that circle or they don't have to. It's theirs. It's like, hey, come into my house or stay out of my house. That's what they want to do. It's theirs. I do not get excited about that because I'm not a millionaire making money off of the movies. I don't have those type of problems. I'm a poor person who has to save his money just to go see one of these $10 to $13 movies. So there that is. And as far as um, Stacey Dash saying that blacks shouldn't have their own. They shouldn't celebrate the days that they celebrate. Black History Month and Martin Luther King and all that. Stacey Dash. She also said we shouldn't have BET. Stacey Dash, shut up because you made money off of BET. You've been making money off of BET. And what is the last thing that you done? Last thing I saw you in was a Kanye West video. And I mean, come on, Stacey, you're almost 50. Give it up. It's over and done with. So the only person I agreed with through this whole thing was Aunt Viv, the first Aunt Viv, who came out and told Stacey to shut up. But anyways, back to The Revenant. I had to get that out, people, because I'm a black man. And all this stuff, coming out, people think that every black person believes this. I could care less about the Oscars. I didn't even watch it. Anyway, so back to my man, Leonardo DiCaprio. I am a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio. Was a big fan of him way before the Titanic. And speaking of the Titanic, I'm going to say what everybody else says. There was plenty of room for him to fit on that board with Kate Winslet, and her fat booty should have moved over. But, it's not dramatic, so hold it down, Jack. Anyways, so I was a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio back when he did What's Eating Gilbert Grape. If you haven't seen that movie, it's him and Johnny Depp in that movie, and it's a great movie. It's when he was a kid. So What's Eating Gilbert Grape is a great movie, and not a great movie, a great movie. And I loved it because there was some really good acting in it. There was some, really deep issues in the movie. And his His fat mother fell through the floor. It was a highlight of the whole dang on movie. So, anyways, as far as The Revenant is concerned, here's one thing I got. I know the movies are the movies. I know they're fantasies for some point of view. But here's my thing about this movie. You tried to make this a frontiersman movie, a reality. You try to make it a reality by using the lighting that you used. You wanted to make it seem like this actually could have happened. And yes, there were some Caucasians who did not hate the Indians. They actually were not into killing Indians aimlessly just to take their land. They wanted to live among them. I agree with that. You know, probably wasn't too many who was out wounded knee, but nonetheless, okay, fine. I agree with that 100% because there are white people who don't hate black people, and there are black people who don't hate white people. Okay, fine and well. Not everybody's a racist. So, but let's get down to this part. For one, you were fighting in a very hostile area, meaning weather-wise, it was winter, and all the things that could have killed whatever his name was didn't kill him, and it got ridiculous. I know you white people who make these movies want to believe that you can live through anything, but you can't. And you just okay. So hypothermia doesn't kill this man. He's in the river most of the time, like in the river, freezing in the rain. He doesn't even show signs of being frozen, halfway frozen, even a little bit. Not in the river. Okay, so we'll take that. So the cold doesn't kill him. He runs into the Sioux on more than one occasion. He gets into a fight with them. Okay, they don't kill him, so arrows and bullets don't kill him. And I'm kind of okay with that because, of course, not everybody died by arrows and bullets back in those days who either got struck or, you know, there were some survivors or we wouldn't have the people around today. Okay, I'm kind of okay with that. He got into a couple skirmishes, got out of it. But the bear. Now, let's talk about the bear. The bear attacked him twice. He shot the bear once. When the bear was attacking him, it mauled his back, it mauled his throat, it mauled his legs. I think it broke his leg or whatever. His legs. But when it was on top of him, the bear did not pretty much chew his face off. And bears are known for crunching your head. Like, this is a mama bear. This is a 500-pound Kodiak that attacked him. Thing can run 40 miles an hour, climb trees. It is a killer. It's just hard. But he beats the bear. He kills the bear. I'm like, the bear attacked you twice and you lived. It just got kind of outlandish after that. I was like, no. You're stabbing the bear and the bear, no. No. Claws, teeth, strength, and then the bear falls on you. And then you survive that. Of course, you can't talk. And then and then the guy wants to kill you. He's telling you to blink if you want to die. And then, of course, you have to blink. And then you blink and he tries to kill you. Then your son, not your son, who is it? I think your son comes and saves you. So you don't die then. Then your son dies. And then they bury you. You don't die from that. Oh my God. You don't die from being buried. So you have a broken leg. You can't talk. Your back is torn up. You're in terrible shape. You catch a fever. You don't die because of that. It just goes on and on and on. You're starving. Once again, the Indians try to catch up to you. You jump in the river, swim downstream. They don't follow you downstream. They're tracking you. And these super smart Indians do not follow you downstream, but they've tracked you all that way. But they don't follow you downstream. You wash up on stream. Once again, not showing one bit of cult. You build yourself a fire out of what? What did you have? Flint? And like, where did you, like, okay. You, you, oh my god. Oh my god. You build yourself a fire. Then you catch a fish. Of course, that's cool the way they have the fish there where you catch a fish, you eat it raw, and you know what? I bet that was some good ass eating because you were hungry. So then a bunch of wolves come and kill a bison, and when they kill the bison, they get ran off by an Indian who would have been your enemy. And the enemy sees you, you crawl over there, and the enemy doesn't kill you. So you befriend this enemy, this Indian enemy. Okay, fine. He gives you some bison to eat. You start eating that. Okay, fine. I mean, you can live through anything by now. Damn it. Damn it, Leonardo. You're just super duper human. So the Indian end up befriending you instead of just leaving you lie there or even killing you. And then a snowstorm comes and he sees that you have the fever. So he protects you from the snowstorm. Then the Indian goes out and dies from the French frontiersmen. You don't die. You're warm inside of a teepee. You come out so fresh and so clean, but the Indian is found hung. Okay. Then the Indians have captured. I mean, the French. You see where the French are. They've captured an Indian girl. The Indian girl is being raped, and which is okay, fine. You like Indians. Your wife was an Indian woman, and you're like, hell nah, I'm not having this, and I'm with you on that. Because even if I was a Frenchman, I'd have been like, yo, leave the chick alone. But no, you're like, nah, not on my watch. So did you kill her, or did you kill him, or did you kill? Or I think you killed a couple of them, got away with a horse, and a chick killed him. So she gets her revenge and she runs off. Boom, she's in the wind, and you get away from being shot by what, 15 men shooting at you. Once again, not a bullet hits you. Just So okay, you once again, you survive. No bullet hits you. Okay, fine. So you're rolling out, you're riding, whatever, and also some Indians chase you. So they're chasing you on on a horse. They're shooting arrows at you. Nothing. No arrow hits you. Nothing. These Indians who've been doing this for all of their lives. So they don't hit you. But then this is the whole caveat for me doing this movie. This is Leonardo DiCaprio rides a horse over. Okay, here's the bear. And he beats the bear. Okay. Bear again. Leonardo DiCaprio rides a horse over the edge of a cliff. Cliff had to be maybe 200 feet drop. I could be wrong. And when he drops down into a tree. And the tree breaks his fall, and the horse hits the tree as well. But when the horse hits the tree, the horse dies. 300, 400-pound animal, dead. You, not a scratch. As a matter of fact, when you hit, next they show you, you cut the horse's stomach out and then climb into the horse to keep yourself warm. Now, I've heard of people doing this on other occasions, so I'm not mad at that. But you can't die. There's no killing you. That right there took it. I almost got up and walked out. I really did. I was so, I was so, oh my God, about that. And the people in the audience, they just heard me. I was, you know what? Okay, so, anyways, so as far as the acting is concerned, The Revenant was great acting. Even this kid right here was superb. And I'm gonna tell you what, this guy who played the enemy, I enjoyed him more than I enjoyed Leonardo DiCaprio. I in well, let me well, yeah, well, I enjoyed them two just as much. I really enjoyed the villain because he was so convincing, like you knew he was going to do something outrageous, but he was so convincing, even when he had his dialogue with this guy here and how he saved his life and how he wanted him to be quiet about uh, killing Leonardo DiCaprio's character. I just thought he really galvanized the movie for me. He made me he made me want him to live. Like you knew he was gonna die, but I wanted there to be like a Revenant too with this guy like, doing something like I wanted a backstory on this guy because he was that deal. He really was. And I would have liked to have seen or I would like to have a movie about not only him but people like him. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I really liked his character. Where there is just not a lot of good. There's just there's not. It's all purpose. It's all purpose driven. That's it. And I believe this guy was more of the character who was out there back in those days. This guy would just he didn't like anybody. I believe there was a lot of this guy out there, and that's why I was attracted to him. In how he was portraying his character, because he was way more believable than Leonardo DiCaprio. Like I bought this guy when he started talking and the things that he was saying and the way he was saying it. He was shifty and you knew it, and he was all about getting those pelts. That's all he wanted. He wanted those pelts. He wanted his $300, and he wanted to get the hell out of there and go to Texas. He didn't give a damn about none of you. And I think this is what was out there. This is what the Cold Frontier brought and what made people the way they really acted. Like I said, Wounded Knee, there was some really cold killers out there. Those white people, they slaughtered millions of Indians. And I think that this guy was the type of white dude that was out there. Not all, but there was a lot of this dude. I need money, I want my money, and I don't give a damn about no woman. He was using racial slurs. This dude was the real European that came over here and stole this land. So that's what I have to say about The Revenant. I'm still a Leonardo DiCaprio fan, but now Leonardo is like the white dude. He's like the white dude you put out there to show that that we are superior. And that's what this movie was all about to me. It was all about who's a superior race. This was a superiority movie. That's all it was. The Indians died, everybody died, but this dude, that's all this movie was to me, was who is superior. And I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. But nonetheless, aesthetically and acting, 100% good movie, 100%. Don't agree with all the action that happened, but a very, very, very good movie if you're looking at certain points in the movie. It's your boy Tone 202. Peace.